This week, we're stepping into the world of fashion, something that Tweeds knows a little bit about. I'm Rob. This is the Sarasota SpeaX Pre-Show, tailored by Tweeds. What's up, Sarasota? I'm Rob. This is the Pre-Show, tailored by Tweeds. When you are looking to level up your style game, come on down to any of our brick and mortar locations, including right here in downtown Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete, and our newest locations in Naples and Orlando. This week, our guest is Tatyana Stewart, owner of Georgiano's. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Absolutely. So, Tatyana, I understand, in addition to Georgiano's, you have a luxury surf boutique opening up soon, True Blue Vibes. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so it's a brand all centered around living authentic, honoring living coastal. It's a project that I've been working on with my kids, my husband, for the past decade, and it will launch within the store, so like a store-in-store this season. Yeah.
Very exciting. Next question. I understand you are from New York and you've been in the fashion world basically your whole life. Can you tell us a little bit about your story and how you came to establish Georgiano's?
Yeah, it was, I've grown up in fashion my whole life. My father was in the retail business, shoes, footwear, from Raleigh, North Carolina and Palm Beach, between those. So literally fashion is all I have been immersed in for the most part. Over the course of the years, life took its path. I started in 2005 in Sarasota, and I'll have it now for 20 years next year, which is crazy. I started young. And so I feel like Georgiano's is really a legacy, keeping my father's honor and his everything he did alive. And now True Blue Vibes is my legacy with my kids.
That's awesome. Very cool. Yeah. Our next question, I know you mentioned you're from New York, and that New York has lots of unique influences. Can you tell us about some of the figures, fashion, music, any that have influenced you and what you do?
Goodness, that's a big question. So I think in general, New York just being this melting pot of cultures and influenced me in the way that fashion for me is a universal language. So no matter what people wore, it just kind of went. There wasn't necessarily a trend. It was just what someone was self-expression. So being in a city, I think a lot of the ability that I had access to a lot of designers like Donna Karan, Dion von Furstenberg. I did a stint at Parsons School of Design, so I had access to a lot of really cool labs like Nike, and just seeing things that are not your norm that influenced everything. So I'm always trying to be a little bit of a disruptor in that sector.
That's awesome. Well, everybody, that is going to do it for the pre-show. Remember, when you're looking to level up your style game, come on down to Tweeds. Visit us at any of our locations. Follow us on Instagram at TweedSuitShop. Check us out online, tweedsuitshop.com. Stay tuned for a quick sneak peek of this week's upcoming interview with Tatyana Stewart.
So I think that's one of the biggest pros of talking about shopping local, because we're understanding the thought process that goes into these products, and when you're not to dog on Shein or mass produce pieces that, as we mentioned earlier, fall apart after one wash, even if you air dry it. Every single piece in a whole line that takes years as you've worked on this.
Yeah, it is. And I, through the course of searching for different places where I would manufacture and then battle testing the product to know that myself, that, okay, if this is me, this is going to be representative of something that I'm proud of that we're producing. I want to make sure it's great. So I have a buddy who lives in Ecuador, and I had surf towels made that, all these different companies have it where the sand falls off, and I had him take it to Ecuador, and he battle tested it on his safaris, and that's what he calls them. And he's like, this is the best towel I've ever had. And I'm laughing, and just little details it has an elastic to hang it, so when you're just getting ready to do stuff, you can let it dry. I met this amazing couple in Australia that lives on all solar panels on their property, and they manufactured these fire clayed mugs that I have made, and any of just beautiful clay vases and stuff that you guys will see soon. That was amazing.
I feel like we're getting a sneak peek though.
Yeah,
I like this.
Yeah.
I like how she's saying it's so nonchalant. She's tested all of these products globally.
It's taken a long
Australia and Ecuador.
Been in Ecuador.
I know, but it's wild to me that it's finally now pieces are falling together from all this work, from all this time, you know, because it's the right time. That's really the only way that it makes sense. We had women in Bali that sewn these beautiful blankets that people can either frame or use over a couch or lay down. And so there's going to obviously be stuff like I'm wearing, the regular, you know, like your go grab merch, but then there's going to be artisanal pieces that have more of a backstory. Mac, the character, the main guy, the plushie is here, and so he will be the first release. And so, yeah, that's going to be exciting.